Have you thought about why, when you buy an iPhone, which sells into millions of it, actually close to 100 million every year, does not have much problem? Buying, there are many products like that with from the big companies does not have the problem, while there are some of the product which come from a smaller, not well known or not reliable companies, people tend to gravitate towards this iPhone and all that. It is not by accident. People thought about the reliability from the day one, used during the planning phase, product phase, and implementation phase. So today I'm going to talk about reliability, why that is important, and how you need to work towards making it reliable from the day one. There are three aspects to that. One of them is the people. You have to make sure you hire the right people. Most of the time, people make a mistake of hiring people from somebody recommending without checking their background or knowing what they have done in previous life. In my company, I was always lucky enough to hire a few good engineers and then build on top of them. Some of them are 20 to 30 years more experienced than me, and they are willing to work, and they have built so much great product in the industry. They understood the end-to-end part of it. I will talk about that in the process side because that is important for these people to understand overall how to do that. On the other hand, when you hire wrong people, it is important to identify that early and let them go. I still remember sometime I had to fire a few engineers early in the process. Some of them was very surprised. How did you know they are not right fit and all that? The longer term, my team members realized why I did that, and they were able to understand that. The second part of it is the product. When you are defining the product, you have to make sure you understand what is important and what is critical versus what is not important. Because some of the time people tend to focus so much on non-important part, and then they tend to go and make some choices that really brings back the reliability and quality of the product. One such example is in one of the companies. We were building a PCB, the printed circuit board. It has a lot of connectors, and we met with some Japanese connector vendors, and they looked at it and said, this is going to have about 1,000 connections. Are you guys sure about the reliability of this product going to be? I didn't realize, and we went ahead and designed it, and it worked in a small volume. When we went to the highest volume, started breaking and having a manufacturing issue. So you have to make sure, because one of the important part I heard from one of the key engineer was, in a design, the best component is the component you have never designed it, which is not important. So you need to make sure you only make the product with minimal as well as the components you must have in the design. The third one is the process. So from a people to product, it's all coming from the different angle. But now the process is the one take you from the day one to the going into full production. So that process, it is very important. You need to make sure you have understand what are the standard, what are the certification, what are the qualification process you need to follow end to end. And you need to make sure you put the timeline and schedule accordingly, as well as resource and the money needed for qualifying this one. And people completely forget, you can do a prototype and simple product and get it out. And then when you had to go through a process called RDT, reliability demonstration test, they don't have resources, they don't have the time because they already went to the customer. So you need to put all of those together to get a reliable product. So when you're building a hardware product, it is not easy. And both of my companies build a lot of hardware product. And I sympathize with the hardware engineers because they had to be in the lab and rebuilding. And if you make one product to another product, there is always going to be different. So you need to understand how to build reliable product. And therefore that you have to hire the right people. Then you have to define the product with the correct and right requirement. And then you go and make sure you put in process to identify, checklist, and understand all the standards you have to follow and go through the full qualification process. If you put all of these together, you can build a reliable product. Go back and take a look at your iPhone, how nicely it's designed, how compact it is. And in the meantime, it is very difficult to break it. It is not by accident. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye.